What are the features of the world's most expensive yacht? Is it true that girls are provided for entertainment on board? How much do these girls charge for one night? What is the rental cost of a room on this yacht? And if we want to book it, what do we need to do? Let's find out. The story of the History Supreme yacht begins like a myth in motion. A UK designer, Stuart Hughes, known for opulent creations such as diamond-encrusted phones and gold-plated gadgets, declared that a reclusive Malaysian billionaire commissioned him to build the most expensive yacht ever. Though Hughes never publicly named the client, whispers immediately gravitated toward Robert Koch, Asia's sugar magnate. Hughes described a staggering 100-foot vessel, literally clad in precious metals, reportedly covered with over 100,000 kilograms of solid gold and platinum. Every surface shown, the hull, deck, railings, and even the anchor, bore the weight of unimaginable luxury. Construction, he said, took 3 painstaking years at an undisclosed Malaysian shipyard. But Hughes didn't stop at metals. He claimed to have embedded dinosaur bone accents, meteorite stone walls, and even an 18.5-carat diamond-encrusted liquor bottle among the yacht's lavish trappings. Presented this way, History Supreme wasn't just a boat. It was a floating museum of riches and rare artifacts, a dream of excess brought to life on the high seas. In the age of virality, the History Supreme became shorthand for ostentatious wealth. Global media ran hyperbolic headlines, calling it the world's most expensive yacht and a floating palace worth $4.8 billion, far eclipsing the price tags of even the most famous existing mega yachts like Roman Abramovich's Eclipse. Social media buzzed with images, some real and many clearly altered, of gleaming gold decks, crystal-filled dining salons, and platinum-lined master suites. Enthusiasts shared these visuals, imagining cruising through Dubai Marina or Monaco aboard such a vessel. The combination of dinosaur bones, meteorite, and precious metals captivated the public's imagination. Unsurprisingly, the story soared. A vessel more valuable than small nations. A yacht that consumed a billionaire's fortune. Even the concept of a Tyrannosaurus Rex wall or a diamond-topped liquor bottle made the legend less about travel and more about sheer spectacle, a statement piece of fantasy and wealth. Yet beneath the shimmer, serious scrutiny began to unravel the legend. Experts quickly noted the basic problem. 100 tons of gold and platinum would weigh down a vessel so heavily that it couldn't float properly without extraordinary engineering. Naval architects explained it would need to be significantly larger, sturdier, and radically different in design to bear such weight, even then with questionable seaworthiness. Meanwhile, photos floating online were unmasking themselves as pilfered and manipulated. Many matched a 30-meter Baia 100 model built in Italy. Images apparently lifted from the manufacturer's site, repurposed with gold effects. Representatives at Baia confirmed they never worked with Hughes or fabricated a gold yacht. Hughes stopped responding to questions, and Baia's press office dismissed the concept as a stupid story not worth legal pursuit. Without detailed naval specifications, documentation, shipyard logs, photos of maiden docking, or proper ownership records, the History Supreme stood on shaky ground. Vogue, maybe, but not verified substance. What emerged wasn't merely a fanciful rumor, but a textbook case of a modern luxury PR stunt, dazzling in concept, merciless in scrutiny. Journalists labeled the History Supreme the biggest PR hoax in boating history, a symbol of how flashy tales can capture headlines even when rooted in rumor and Photoshop. Maritime observers marveled at how a lack of proof, no yachts spotted in Dubai, Monaco, Singapore, or even private shipyards combined with silence from Hughes spoke louder than any press release. The story had built itself on gold-leafed air. And yet the yacht's myth has endured. On countless most expensive yacht lists online, despite being unattested, it remains top of mind, precisely because of its mystery. It wasn't just the gold that made it shine. It was the blend of secretive ownership, outrageous claims, and the allure of wanting to believe the unbelievable. Still, the History Supreme saga tells us something valuable about modern culture. It reveals the intoxicating appeal of luxury, of imagining a world where excess knows no bounds. It highlights the power of storytelling and media amplification, where one designer's claim, repeated enough, becomes a global legend. It spotlights the line between art, marketing, and deception. Even as it falls apart under engineering and factual scrutiny, the story continues to interest, entertain, and inspire. It acts as a cautionary parable for consumers and journalists alike, a reminder to always check for real-world evidence before accepting claims, regardless of how glittering. For those in the yachting world, it serves as both myth and warning, a reminder that fantasy can go farther than metal when dressed in gold. To imagine the interior of the History Supreme is to step into a dream palace designed by the mind of a pharaoh. Suppose it were real, guests would be welcomed by a grand foyer featuring gold-infused marble flooring with underlighting to make every step glow. A grand staircase would wind toward a sky-lit lounge area surrounded by panoramic windows that adjust tint automatically based on the sun. The master suite might feature a king-size bed with a base carved from prehistoric fossil, flanked by furniture built from antique meteorite rock. The ceiling, a mosaic of crushed diamond dust and platinum leaf, would shimmer softly like the Milky Way. State-of-the-art technology would allow for gesture-based lighting, custom scent dispersal, and zero-gravity massage chairs nestled in each private chamber. Dining aboard might involve cutlery made of white gold, servers presenting delicacies on diamond-encrusted trays, and a wine cellar said to hold Napoleon-era vintages. But the deeper question that haunts this tale is, why did people believe it in the first place? Perhaps because in a world increasingly defined by inequality, the History Supreme offered a narrative of absolute, ridiculous wealth. It fed the human appetite for legend and absurdity, an artifact too extravagant to exist, yet too detailed to dismiss. It mirrors how myth travels faster than fact, and how fantasy, when dressed in the right amount of detail, becomes viral truth. The story resonated not just because of the yacht, but because it symbolized a lifestyle so far removed from reality that it bordered on science fiction. People wanted it to be true because that would mean someone, somewhere, had dared to turn excess into an art form. Even now, over a decade since the original claim, searches for the History Supreme persist. It's referenced in YouTube videos, luxury blogs, and even cited in business seminars on branding and narrative. Despite being debunked, it remains the reigning symbol of maritime luxury, precisely because it was never truly seen. It lives in the shadows between marketing stunt and urban legend, making it perhaps the most talked about invisible yacht in the world. Whether or not it ever floated, the History Supreme will always represent the gold standard of how far imagination can sail, especially when powered by fantasy rather than fuel. And yet, the tale of the History Supreme continues to evolve, shared in forums, dissected in luxury exposés, and even taught in media literacy classes as a perfect storm of viral marketing and human curiosity. Subscribe our channel Not for Poor to enjoy more such videos.